Another Saturday morning, another run. I am about 2 miles in now, probably a little more than that. Started about 5:45, so it's probably a little bit after 6 right now. And I'm next to this little lake here. It's kind of like a canal type waterway, and then it kind of opens out into a lake right here, which is pretty cool. So on the day, I'm probably gonna be in the range of 10 to 13 miles, something like that. I planned out the route, but I didn't, plan out exactly how far it's gonna be, so we'll just have to see. You can see it kind of narrows down into a waterway here, which is pretty cool. You can just run right along it. I've actually never been to this little part, so it'll be cool to see what it's like. Pretty awesome sunrise, I guess, out here. It's not quite coming up, but you can kind of see the clouds turning pink and stuff, and cool reflection on the water, stuff like that. I think stuff is pretty cool. So just chugging along, almost at 3 miles here, and I got my water to stay hydrated. About 4.5 miles in now, and honestly, I don't even know how I get this sweaty, but I'm absolutely soaked. And the shirt is not just like moist, it's like absolutely soaked, like I threw it in the lake, which it's honestly quite impressive, I would say. But it's just super humid out here, so that's probably a lot of it. And definitely have seen a lot of other people out running, and it's pretty clear that you pretty much have to run in the morning unless you want to run in like 90, 100 degree heat. So that's kind of what I've started doing, and it's still hot, but it's working for me regardless. So that waterway opens up into a beautiful lake, and that's where we're at right here. And gonna keep going along this road, and then we'll turn around in probably about 1/4 to a half mile and head back. Another nice view of the lake here as I just running along close to 5 miles in, which is pretty exciting. All right, so a little over 7 miles in, and I am done along the canal there. Still got a ways to go, but stopping here for a little walk session with the fruit snacks, just to get some sugar and food in the system, some carbs. Got my water here as well, been sipping on that with some electrolytes in there as well, just because, as you can tell, I am sweating quite a bit here, so I need to keep those electrolytes in, especially for these runs over an hour, close to 2 hours. It'll probably be around 2 hours, maybe more, before I'm done. So that's what I'm up to now. Gonna eat these down, and then I'll keep at it. Wow, so out here, this path goes along the golf course here, and the sun is kind of peeking out of the clouds. It's probably really bright on camera actually, but it's pretty nice out. Beautiful day, really, which is always awesome to be running just on a nice day, exploring the world, and just taking in the views. Even though, of course, I run these paths generally a lot. Not a lot, but I've ran them multiple times. So it's not anything super new, but it's still fun for me to get out and run around instead of just running on the treadmill at the gym or erging at the gym, just sitting still, so that's why I like running. All right, just hit the 10-mile mark, and about an hour 47 minutes in, so pretty slow pace. But for me, the goal when I'm running, the vast majority of the time, is just to get the miles in, get the time in. So I want to go generally slowly and keep the heart rate down and get that aerobic training in to build up that aerobic base. And generally I'm just a slow runner compared to a lot of people, so you know, even if I was to run shorter distances, higher intensities, I still wouldn't be all that fast. But I like doing these long runs. Obviously a good training factor there, but it also just tests you mentally and makes you just have to have that desire to keep going, I guess. And hopefully it'll build up my tolerance, I guess, to longer runs, so I can eventually run a marathon sometime, hopefully before the end of the year. That would be cool. So gonna keep going. Probably got a mile and a half, less than 2 miles left, I think, so not too far. So found a little turtle here, pretty cool. Looks a little scared. He's tucking his head in there, but I'll leave him there. Don't want to disturb him. All right, so just finished up the run, and I'll get the stats for you in a second. Just absolutely dripping today, which is, I don't know, it's a little surprising, I guess. The last few times I ran with my shirt off, so I guess maybe that's why I'm more wet. Actually, going to try wringing it out. I feel like it's just kind of some, you know, primal urge to wring it out here and see if we can get some drippage. Oh my gosh. That is a lot. That is a lot of sweat. Wow. So that's the run. I'll get you the stats in a second, and then we'll go inside and eat breakfast. All right, so those are the stats. I don't know how well you can see them. I'll show a screenshot as well. But 11.64 miles, moving time 2 hours 4 minutes 26 seconds, average pace 10 minutes 41 seconds. So like I said, generally kind of slow, but even at that pace my heart rate average was 161. Now that is with the watch heart rate, which my watch is pretty old, and you know, sometimes the heart rate doesn't seem quite right. Like I'll be going along trying to bring the heart rate down at a what I feel is super easy pace, and it says I'm at like 175 and 180. So at that point I'm like, all right, I don't really think it's correct there, but generally I think it's, you know, fairly in the right ballpark. So I use it to just as a training metric to better tailor my training on a day-to-day basis, because ultimately I want to be in that aerobic range most of the time and build up that aerobic base really strongly. Alright, got my breakfast here, which is 3 eggs on 2 pieces of bread. We'll make it like a kind of like a sandwich here, and then got 2 oranges. Usually I just have 1, but I'm going to be away for a day or 2, so I figured I'd just eat the last 2 right now. And then I'll also have a bowl of cereal with some milk, but I'm not going to make that until after I eat this because I don't want the cereal to get too soggy.